Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Tejano Traveler. I'm your host, Wally, and today we are in New Orleans at the National World War II Museum, which is an awesome museum if you ever get a chance to go to it. It's huge, you get to learn a lot. Um, it's full of information, full of graphics, full of statues, full of installations. It is just an amazing place to go and look at. And I went there, spent about 3 hours there, and I don't think I spent enough time. So if you get a chance to go to New Orleans, definitely set aside a good morning or a good afternoon and just come to this museum, check it out, and learn a lot about World War II and all the sacrifices that our troops have had to go through. Now, it originally started as a D-Day museum back in 2000, but it eventually progressed beyond that, and now it's an actual World War II museum, not just D-Day. So it goes beyond just the June 6th stuff. But you come here, you get to see what life was like before, during, and after the war. Get to see what our country was going through, and get to see a lot of different exhibits that concentrate on different aspects of the war. It's not just war, war, war 24/7 here. It also has a lot of different things to look at. Plus, you can see historical videos and artifacts and hear actual interviews from people that were involved in the war. So I'm glad they're saving all of this and keeping it all in one place so that we're able to come here and take a look at it. Now, I've been to the National Museum for the Pacific War in Fredericksburg, which is just as cool as this one. It's not as big, but it does serve as a nice little companion to this place. Um, this place is amazing. The one in Fredericksburg is amazing. If you can get to the one in Fredericksburg because it's closer to you, awesome. If you can get to this one, awesome. If you can visit both of them, that's even better. It gives you a nice, good, comprehensive history of both sides of the war, both fronts, the European front and then the Pacific front. And of course, there's Nazis, and yes, if you ever get a chance, do punch a Nazi in the face. I approve of it. There's an Enigma machine. Like I said, they have plenty of artifacts from the war, and this is one of my favorite installations. It shows you all the planes and ships that were involved in the landing of D-Day. And the amount of historical photographs that they have here is amazing. You get to see the horror of the war and right up front, right up close. And you get to see and feel the victory that these troops had to go through. So it's pretty awesome that they have all this here. Then you cross over the bridge and you get to another section of the museum. Right now we've just pretty much gone over D-Day, but this other side is more about the Pacific War and the road to Berlin, which is trying to get to Hitler. It shows you there who our allies and who our enemies were. It shows you where the Pacific Theater was and everything that we had to go through. And it's pretty informative. I could have probably spent a whole week here just reading everything, but reading so much eventually just boggles you down. Excellent museum though. But if you're a true historian, definitely take it in steps, or else you'll go crazy looking at everything and wanting to know everything. Of course, they got a lot of uniforms, a lot of weaponry that you can look through. I like how some of the displays use some of the different backgrounds to show footage on. And there's my favorite Sharky Mouth planes. I think it's supposed to be a tiger though, but I call them all Sharky Mouths. This is currently the Pacific Theater, where the United States Sharky Mouth, where the United States pretty much went island by island trying to chip away at the Japanese Empire, trying to get to the final endgame, which was, of course, Hiroshima, which was horrible, and Nagasaki, which was just as horrible as well with the atomic bomb. Now this next part over here is just the creepiest escalator ever. I went down on it and it was frightening. It was crazy. It was weird. Seriously, I never want to go down this escalator again. Now we see the European front, the continental front, with everyone that was involved. And we get to see how the Allies pretty much had to take it little by little, had to go up through Italy, and how it got stopped halfway through the peninsula and what they had to go through. So it's pretty informative. It gives you a lot of information. And then the courtyard is just amazing. Look at all that architecture. It's not just a box. And here's, I think he's Eisenhower. I think so. And then they have this extra one here where they have some of the planes just hanging off the roofs. Imagine how strong those cables must be to hold them up. But you can go up to the different walkways, and you definitely get vertigo once you're up there, and you get really dizzy. But you get to see some of those airplanes from the top, and I love those turrets. But I love flying fortresses. They're one of my favorite types of planes, next to Sharky Mouths. And you get to just really enjoy learning a lot about history. And of course, there's some gift shops. There's like 3 different gift shops. And these wonderful ladies singing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Aww. And a actual like buffer from D-Day that they brought over. And I kind of got messed up here because apparently the Anne Frank statue was right there, right next to it, and I completely missed it. But I did get this aviators statue thing, which is pretty cool. But still, I missed Anne Frank. How dumb am I? Anyways, if you ever get a chance to go to New Orleans, definitely check out the World War II Museum. It's a must if you are ever there. Get to learn about some history, get to support our troops, and get to hope that none of this ever happens again. Anyways, thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Bye-bye.